Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. New this midday, Sioux Falls Fire Rescue is investigating a deadly fire. We first told you about the fire in the central part of town on Keloland this morning. The call came in around 3:30 this morning. When crews arrived on the 500 block of West 9th Avenue, they say smoke was coming out of the second floor. Firefighters found one victim inside the building. The person died at the scene. We're working on gathering additional information on the fire, and we'll bring you the latest on the investigation later today on Keloland News. This midday, we also have an update on a Sioux Falls crash that sent multiple people to the hospital on Friday night. An officer tried to pull over a driver on Sycamore Avenue. Instead of stopping, police say the driver ran a red light at 10th Street and crashed into another vehicle. Multiple people in that vehicle went to the hospital, but police do not have information on their injuries. The driver and passenger, who police attempted to stop, are in jail this midday, facing several charges. 25-year-old Colin Hansen is charged with a vehicular battery, hit and run, and DUI. Passenger Ethan Stewart is a parole absconder. According to court records, both men have a history of drug charges. South Dakota officials are sending out a warning about the dangers of fentanyl. They say the synthetic opioid is not only being seized in unprecedented quantities, they say drug dealers are targeting kids online. They're using social media and payment apps. Officials say they use code words and emojis to communicate with kids so they don't get caught. Studies show a majority of counterfeit pills analyzed in 2022 contained at least 2 milligrams of fentanyl, which is a lethal dose. The most recent statistics show 29 South Dakotans' deaths were linked to fentanyl in 2021. Catfish Bay in Sioux Falls has canceled this Saturday's Ice Fish Fest event due to unsafe ice conditions. Tournament founder Jim Brooms says they started the process of preparing the ice last week and ran into something unexpected.
Walked out on the ice, and there's a nice, beautiful blanket of white snow sitting out there, and ultimately started walking around. We had, 6, 8, 10 inches of water and slush, underneath that snow.
Brun says the last time Ice Fish Fest was canceled was due to a lack of ice about 10 years ago. He adds that if you pre-register for the event, you'll receive a full refund. Turning to weather, looks breezy today, and we do have snow on the horizon, but don't worry, Megan says it's nothing too intense or too heavy, right?
Not yet, but we also have much colder temperatures in the forecast for next weekend and the following week. Right now, not too bad, though, at 32 degrees in Sioux Falls. A little bit on the cloudy side, though. We do have stronger northwest winds, and that will continue through this afternoon. Watertown also at 32 degrees right now. Stronger west wind at 17 miles an hour, but plenty of blue skies in Rapid City at 38. There are our temperatures right now in the 30s, even nearing 40 the farther west we go due to some of that sunshine. Like I said, we have some stronger north to northwest winds, anywhere from 10 to even 25 miles an hour. And we've been seeing some higher gusts out of that as well. We do have some clouds from Sisseton to Redfield, back towards Pierre and to the south and east. Those are moving to the east, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of sunshine before the day is over. For today, mostly cloudy skies here in Sioux Falls. 34 are high, 36 in Aberdeen, 35 in Pierre, and mostly sunny, and 38 for Rapid City. And we could see some of that wind sticking around, even a few flurries possible in eastern Keloland. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies, maybe some areas of fog redeveloping with a low of 12 in Sioux Falls, 10 in Aberdeen, 12 in Pierre, and 23 in Rapid City. Tomorrow, though, a little bit more sunshine. 24 are high for Sioux Falls, 24 in Aberdeen, 35 in Pierre, and 41 the high for Rapid City. I'll take a closer look at when the next round of snow is supposed to hit us in just a little bit.
Thank you, Megan. Great Bear Ski Valley in Sioux Falls encourages people to embrace winter and is helping women carve out their spot on the hill. The Women of Winter started last year as a casual get-together with 6 people. This winter, that number has already tripled, with the group trying its hand at activities like snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. Women in Women of Winter is spelled with an X to signify inclusion.
Traditionally, skiing is a very male-dominated sport, so we wanted to create the space for women to feel comfortable, come out and try something new.
In tonight's Eye on KLAN, Travis Foston explains how the Women of Winter are promoting the outdoors and sharing a message of inclusion. President Joe Biden persuaded Democrats in Congress to provide hundreds of billions of dollars to fight climate change. Now comes another formidable task, enticing Americans to buy millions of electric cars, heat pumps, solar panels, and more efficient appliances. Biden faces a public relations challenge that could determine whether the country achieved his ambitious goal to cut greenhouse gas emissions in half by 2030. The country saw its 33rd mass shooting of the new year in Monterey Park, California, Saturday night, not far from Los Angeles. Shots rang out as a group of mostly Asian Americans were celebrating the Lunar New Year at a dance party. 10 people were killed and 10 were injured. Nichelle Medina has the latest from Monterey Park.
As investigators work to determine what motivated a gunman to open fire in a dance hall, residents in Monterey Park, California struggle to cope with a mass shooting that left 10 people dead.
I feel this sense of great loss about the home that I always had. It's just gone. I'll never be able to feel safe here again.
Suddenly heard the boom, 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 boom.
Hattie Pong was at the Star Ballroom Dance Studio Saturday night as shots rang out.
You will see the body. Already several lying there.
The LA County Sheriff said 20 to 30 minutes later, the same gunman entered another ballroom about 3 miles away. A man working there says he wrestled the gun away from the suspect, who fled in a white van. 72-year-old Hu Can Tran was eventually tracked down in Torrance, where police say he took his own life as a SWAT team moved in. About 60% of the residents here in Monterey Park are Asian Americans. Many have begun leaving candles and flowers at the dance hall.
I know people need to talk about it. I think mental health stuff is so real and so difficult in the Asian American community, Chinese community in particular, to get there.
Police say the suspect used a semi-automatic handgun that is illegal to own in California. The shooting spree has renewed calls to reduce gun violence in America.
Why do we have so many guns in this country and even more on the horizon? It's not right. Other countries don't operate this way, and we should not either.
Authorities said most of the victims were middle-aged or older members of the Asian American community. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, Monterey Park, California.
The names of the victims have not yet been released. Local officials say they will honor the people who stopped the second attack at a later time.